The words came through the heating vent like a knife. No, he won't be a problem. I had Dr. Morrison sign off on the cognitive assessment. Legally, my father can't contest anything now. I sat in my wheelchair by the window of room 237, Sunset View Care Facility. My son Michael's voice drifted up from the office below. Clear, confident, cold. The house closes escrow next Tuesday. Should net around $340,000 after fees. Then we move on the retirement accounts. I didn't move. Didn't breathe. Just listened. Linda and I have already picked out the lake house. Honestly, Dad's pension will cover this place for years. He'll never know the difference. The heating vent clicked off. Silence. I looked down at my hands. 72 years old. Carpenter's hands. Built 3 houses with these hands. Built the house Michael was selling. The house where his mother died. Where we raised him. I wasn't supposed to hear that. But I did. Let me back up. 3 months earlier, everything was fine. Or so I thought. I was living alone in Sacramento after Margaret passed 2 years ago. Doing okay. Went to the gym 3 times a week. Played poker Tuesday nights. Fixed things around the house. Normal retirement. Then Michael started visiting more. Every weekend. Sometimes twice a week. Dad, I'm worried about you, he'd say. You're forgetting things. I'm not forgetting anything. You left the stove on last week. Once. One time. You forgot Mom's birthday. That one hurt. But I hadn't forgotten. I just couldn't bring myself to visit her grave that day. Couldn't explain that to him. What if you fall? Linda, his wife, would add. What if something happens and no one's here? They wore me down. Showed me brochures for Sunset View. Just temporary, Michael said. Until we figure out a better situation. It's a nice place. You'll make friends. I should have known. Should have seen it. But he's my son. You want to believe your son. I signed the papers. Moved in September 15th. Brought 2 suitcases, my wedding photo, and Margaret's cookbook. We'll keep the house maintained, Michael promised. Nothing's changing. That was a lie. First week, Sunset View wasn't terrible. Food was okay. Roommate was deaf, which had its advantages. I kept to myself. Then I noticed my bank card didn't work. Called the bank. Account had been changed to supervised access. Michael was now co-holder with primary authority. It's for your protection, Dad, he explained when I called. Dr. Morrison recommended it. Your cognitive assessment showed some concerns. What cognitive assessment? Last month. Don't you remember? That's exactly what we're talking about. I did remember. Some doctor asking me questions. What year is it? Who's the president? Count backward from 100 by 7s. I'd answered everything correctly. Hadn't I? Doctor, Morrison thinks this arrangement is best, Michael said. Trust me. I'm looking out for you. I trusted him. That was my mistake. Week 3. I asked to go home for a weekend. My back's hurting from this bed. Want to sleep in my own bed. The house is being fumigated, Michael said. Termites. I didn't want to worry you. Week 5, I asked again. Fumigation's taking longer than expected. Contractor issues. Week 8. I stopped asking. That's when I heard the conversation through the vent. I sat in that wheelchair for 2 hours after. Didn't go to dinner. Didn't turn on the TV. Just sat there. My son was stealing my life. Not stealing. That's not the right word. Erasing. Erasing me. Putting me on a shelf like an old tool he didn't need anymore. The rage came first. Hot and sharp. I wanted to get up, walk downstairs, and put my fist through his face. Then the rage cooled. Hardened. Turned into something else. I spent 30 years in construction. You don't last in that business by being impulsive. You plan. You measure twice. You check the foundation. Time to check the foundation. Next morning, I played my part. Shuffled to breakfast. Spilled some coffee. Let the nurse help me. How are we feeling today, Thomas? Okay. Little confused. What day is it? Thursday, dear. Thursday. Right. I watched her make a note on her chart. Perfect. During rec time, I asked to use the computer lab. Want to email my grandson. The aide set me up, typed in my email, left me alone. I didn't email my grandson. I logged into my bank account, or tried to. Password had been changed. Tried the investment account. Same thing. Tried the property tax website. Our house, my house, still showed under my name. But there was a pending sale notation. Closing date, November 19th. 10 days away. I printed the page, folded it, put it in my sock. That afternoon, I befriended Earl, room 241. Earl was 68, sharp as a tack, only there because his hip replacement needed supervised PT. Earl, you got a cell phone I could borrow? Mine's broken. Sure thing, Tom. Who you calling? My lawyer. Earl's eyebrows went up. Everything okay? Not sure yet. I called Robert Chen. We'd gone to high school together. He'd become a real estate attorney. Did the paperwork when Margaret and I bought our house in '89. Tom? That you? Haven't heard from you in years. Robert. I need help. I think my son is stealing from me. Silence. Then, tell me everything. I told him. The nursing home, the bank accounts, the house sale. Do you have any documentation? I printed the property tax page. Shows the pending sale. Good. That's good. Listen, Tom. This is more common than you think. Elder financial abuse. But it's tricky if they have medical documentation showing diminished capacity. I'm not diminished. I'm sharp. I'm talking to you right now, aren't I? I believe you, but we need to prove it. Can you get out of there? I think so. It's not a locked facility. Here's what we do. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., can you meet me at my office? Where? He gave me the address. Downtown, Sacramento. 20 minutes. By bus. I'll be there. Tom? Don't tell anyone. Not the staff. Not your son. No one. Understood. I gave Earl back his phone. Thanks, buddy. Tom? I don't know what's going on, but if you need anything, I know. I appreciate it. That night, I couldn't sleep. Lay in bed listening to my roommate snore. Stared at the ceiling. I kept thinking about Michael. 6 years old, sitting on my shoulders at the state fair. 12 years old, helping me frame an addition on the house. So proud when his nails went in straight. 16, crying in my truck after his first girlfriend broke up with him. 22, graduating college, hugging Margaret and me, saying, I couldn't have done it without you guys. When did he change? Or had he always been like this? And I just couldn't see it. I thought about Linda. She came into his life 7 years ago. Expensive tastes, always talking about what they deserved. Maybe she changed him. Or maybe I never really knew him at all. 4 a.m. I got up, put on my decent pants, my button-up shirt. I had $43 in my wallet, enough for bus fare. I walked out the front door at 6 a.m. Just walked out. The night nurse was doing med rounds. Didn't even see me. Outside, the November air was cold. I didn't have a jacket. Didn't matter. I walked 4 blocks to the bus stop. Waited. An early morning commuter saw me shivering. Sir, you okay? You need help? I'm fine. Just waiting for the bus. Here. He handed me his coffee. You look like you need this more than me. I stared at the cup. This stranger didn't know me, didn't owe me anything, but he saw someone cold and gave me his coffee. Thank you, I said. He nodded and walked on. I drank the coffee. Still warm. Tasted like hope. The bus came. I rode downtown. Got to Robert's building at 9:30. Sat in the lobby. Robert came down at 9:55. Older now. Gray hair, but same sharp eyes. Tom, you made it. Said I would. Come on up. In his office. He took notes. Asked me questions. Math problems. Current events. Names and dates. Tom, you're cognitively fine. I'm certain of that. But we need an official evaluation. I have a colleague, Dr. Patricia Okonkwo, neuropsychologist. She can do a full assessment. Will you do that? Yes. Good. Now, the house. Do you want to stop the sale? Can we? If we can prove the sale was initiated while you were under duress, Or without proper consent, yes. But we need to move fast. Closing's in 10 days. Do it. It's going to cost money, Tom. I'll work at a reduced rate, but there are filing fees, expert witnesses. How much? Could be $15,000. Maybe more. I had $30,000 in my wallet. Everything else was locked in accounts I couldn't access. I don't have it. Robert leaned back. Tom, how much is in those accounts your son controls? Last I checked, maybe $180,000 in retirement funds. Another $40,000 in savings. And the house is worth? Should be around $340,000. So we're talking about over $500,000. Yeah. Tom, I'll front the costs. We win this. You pay me back. We lose. He shrugged. We lose. But I don't think we will. What your son is doing, if it's what you say it is, that's elder abuse. That's fraud. Judges don't like that. Robert, I can't ask you to. You're not asking. I'm offering. Margaret would kill me if I didn't help you. Margaret. He'd been at our wedding. God, that felt like yesterday. Okay, I said. Let's do it. We spent 4 hours putting together a case. Robert filed emergency motions, court orders, froze the house sale, requested access to my accounts. Your son's going to know something's up the moment these hit, Robert said. Good. Where are you staying tonight? Not going back to Sunset View, I assume. Haven't thought that far. Stay with me and Julie. We've got a guest room. Robert. Tom, shut up and accept help when it's offered. I shut up. That night, in Robert's guest room, my phone rang. I'd left it at Sunset View, but Robert had stopped by and got it from my room. Michael's name on the screen. I answered. Dad? Where the hell are you? The staff said you walked out. I've been worried sick. I'm fine. You're not fine. You left without telling anyone. You could have gotten hurt. Where are you? I'm somewhere safe. Dad, this is exactly what we were worried about. This kind of confusion. Wandering off. I'm not confused, Michael. Silence. I need you to come back to Sunset View. We can talk about this. No. Dad. I know about the house, Michael. I know about the accounts. Longer silence. I don't know what you think you know, but I know you're selling my house. I know you changed my bank accounts. I know you had some doctor sign papers saying I'm incompetent. Dad, you're not well. You're not thinking clearly. Everything I've done has been for your protection. Stop lying to me. My voice came out hard. Flat. The voice I used to use on job sites when someone cut corners. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. There's a court hearing. Judge Martinez. You'll want to be there. Bring your lawyer. Dad, what are you? I hung up. My hands were shaking. Not from fear. From anger. From the sheer effort of not screaming. I called one more person that night. My grandson, Kyle. Michael's son. 23 years old. Good kid. We'd always been close. Grandpa? You okay? Dad said you went missing. I'm not missing. I'm exactly where I need to be. Kyle, I need to ask you something. Did you know about the house? About what your dad was doing? What? No. What's going on? I told him. Everything. Grandpa, I swear. I didn't know. I swear to God. I believe you. What can I do? Come to the courthouse tomorrow. 2 p.m. Bring your mother if she'll come. Mom? You mean Grandma Helen? His dad's first wife. Michael's real mother. Before Linda. Yeah. She'll come. She never liked Linda anyway. That made me smile for the first time in days. The hearing was short. Judge Martinez was a woman in her 50s. No nonsense expression. Robert presented our case. The unauthorized account changes. The sale of the house initiated without my clear consent. The questionable cognitive assessment. Michael's lawyer, some slick guy in a $2,000 suit, argued that everything was done in accordance with medical advice and for the protection of a vulnerable adult. Then Dr. Okonkwo testified. She'd evaluated me the day before. 3 hours of tests. In my professional opinion, Mr. Thomas Brennan shows no signs of cognitive impairment. His memory, reasoning, and decision-making capacities are all within normal range for his age. I see no medical basis for the previous assessment's conclusions. The judge looked at Dr. Morrison's assessment, then at Dr. Okonkwo's report. Dr. Morrison's evaluation was conducted where? Michael's lawyer checked his notes. At Sunset View Care Facility. And Dr. Morrison's relationship to the defendant? He's the facility's consulting physician. So? Not Mr. Brennan's longtime personal physician? No, Your Honor. Judge Martinez made a note. She asked me questions directly. What day is it? Who's the president? Why was I there? I answered everything. Clearly. Calmly. Then, she asked the question that mattered. Mr. Brennan, did you consent to the sale of your home? No, Your Honor. I did not. Were you aware the sale was being initiated? No. I was told the house was being fumigated. I only found out about the sale by accessing property records myself. She turned to Michael. Mr. Brennan the younger, did you inform your father that you were selling his home? Michael hesitated. His lawyer whispered something. I believed he wasn't capable of understanding the decision, Your Honor. I was acting in his best interests. Based on what medical evidence? Dr. Morrison's assessment. An assessment that's now being contradicted by a board-certified neuropsychologist with no financial interest in the outcome. Michael's lawyer tried to argue. Something about good faith and precautionary measures. Judge Martinez cut him off. Here's what I see. I see a son who moved his father into a care facility, changed his bank accounts to supervised access, and initiated the sale of his primary residence, all within a 3-month period. All based on a single assessment by a doctor with a professional relationship to the facility. And I see a father who seems perfectly capable of managing his own affairs. She ruled from the bench. Immediate restoration of my account access. House sale voided. And an investigation into Dr. Morrison's assessment practices. Mr. Brennan, she said to Michael, you're fortunate your father is only seeking restoration of his assets and not pressing criminal charges. That yet hung in the air. Outside the courthouse, Michael tried to talk to me. Dad, please. I know how this looks, but I swear I thought I was helping. Linda said. Don't. Dad. Where is Linda? She couldn't make it. She had. She couldn't face me. Michael's face crumbled. Dad, please. You're my father. I love you. I made a mistake. I got bad advice. But I never wanted to hurt you. I looked at him. Really looked at him. Saw my son. Also saw a stranger. Michael. I spent 30 years building things. You know what the most important part of any structure is? He shook his head. The foundation. Trust is a foundation. You cracked it. I don't know if it can be repaired. Dad, I need time. A lot of time. I walked away. Kyle was waiting by his car. Grandpa, you need a ride? Yeah. Take me home. To your house? Yeah. My house. We drove to Sacramento. To my street. To my driveway. The grass needed mowing. Leaves were piled on the walkway. But it was still standing. Still mine. I used the spare key I'd hidden under the third porch step. Same place it had been for 30 years. Inside, everything was dusty. Mail piled up, but intact. I walked through the rooms. Living room where Margaret and I watched TV every night. Kitchen where she made Sunday dinners. Bedroom where we slept for 42 years. I stood in the garage. My tools still on the wall. Organized by size. Everything in its place. I picked up my hammer. Felt the weight of it. Felt real again. Kyle watched me from the doorway. Grandpa? You okay? Yeah, I said. I'm okay. And I was. Broken in some ways. Angry in others. But okay. That was 6 months ago. I still live in my house. Fixed it up. Garden's looking good. Joined a woodworking club at the community center. I haven't spoken to Michael. He's tried calling. Linda filed for divorce. Apparently, she wasn't interested in a husband who couldn't deliver on their retirement plan. Kyle visits every Sunday. We work on projects together. Teaching him carpentry. He's got steady hands. Helen, Michael's first wife, checks on me too. Brings groceries sometimes. We play cards. The investigation into Dr. Morrison led to some interesting discoveries. Turns out he'd signed off on quite a few cognitive assessments at Sunset View, always conveniently finding just enough impairment to justify family members taking financial control. The facility lost their license. Dr. Morrison lost his. I think about forgiveness sometimes. People say I should forgive Michael. Move on. He's my son. But here's the thing about building. When a structure's compromised, you don't just slap some paint on it and call it fixed. You have to go down to the foundation, repair the damage, make sure it'll hold. Maybe someday, Michael and I will do that work. Maybe, or maybe some things, once broken, stay broken. I don't know yet. What I do know is this. I'm 72 years old. I survived war, economic recessions, cancer, and losing the love of my life. I sure as hell wasn't going to let my own son erase me. I built my life with these hands, carpenter's hands. And I'll hold on to it with these hands until I can't hold anything anymore. That stranger at the bus stop, the one who gave me coffee, I think about him sometimes. He didn't know he was giving me hope. He just saw someone who needed help. Sometimes the people who owe you nothing give you everything, and sometimes the people who owe you everything give you nothing. That's just how it is. I'm still standing, still in my house, still Thomas Brennan, and I'm not going anywhere.